Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Punk Rock Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about, also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about, keeps us on an even playing field, and we like that. Real quick shout out to our sponsor. Absolutely no one. Feel bad and give us money. Anyhow, moving straight into it today. Today we're going to be talking about a, movie that kind of ties into, something that we've talked about not too, long back, but it's been a little ways. But of course we are talking about the one and only Garbage Pail Kids. So, Garbage Pail Kids movie, revisited, man, for nowadays. What can be said about this one? Well, first and foremost, man, this is going to be one of those kind of cult classics, man, and it is definitely, geared towards fans of the, kind of franchise itself, man, and there is a lot of reminiscent good that can be had in just a sit down, watch of this one. Now, does it stand up, to the test of time and all that? Well, man, not really, except in the ways of being able to go back, man, on this kind of cult classic and seeing how things were perceived and how people, kind of interacted, with different types of folks back in the day and things of that nature. You got some very over-the-top characterizations, man, of, different groups of people, like bad guys and thugs or whatever, very dramatically over-the-top, like, oh, this is what a bad punk guy or whatever, was back in the day and such, and, this is what a nice, friendly, wholehearted, kind of kid was back in the day, and, this is what some creepy old dude that bathes kids in the middle of a shop, kind of thing is and stuff from back in the day. Hey, it happened to us growing up a few times. That's just how it was back in the early 80s, man. You would take baths from strange old men in their businesses and things of that nature. But, that is beside the point. Man, what else can be said about this one? Well, man, and looking back, there are aspects of this that definitely, for fans of the series, and the franchise in general, man, yeah, there's some good watching to be had, man. As far as the story goes, man, it has its ups and downs, man. There's some, really good aspects to it and whatnot, and, it's definitely awesome to see the Garbage Pail Kids, man, in full regalia and whatnot, kind of playing their parts and doing their roles, but, man, for a, kind of early 80s flick or whatever, you can definitely tell nowadays, by nowadays standards and whatnot, not only different budgetary constraints that may or may not have been prevalent at the time, but, they used what they had and were able to put together something, man, that brought something to the table for fans of the franchise and the series and all that. And, it's definitely a fitting kind of mold that it is in, to kind of be a part of that universe and everything that Garbage Pail Kids brings to the table. So, yeah, like we said, man, a cult classic. There are a lot of aspects, man, that don't stand up to the test of time or whatever. Definitely a little lackluster in the acting and performances and stuff like that, but for fans of the franchise and fans of the series, this is definitely one that, you kind of want to go back and return to and watch. Now, if you've never had any inkling to be a part of Garbage Pail Kids or anything like that, and you were to pop this on, man, probably a lot of it that you wouldn't enjoy or be like, what the fuck is this shit? But, that kind of, nowadays, if, you're not in the cult following, man, of Garbage Pail Kids or anything like that, it just kind of is what it is. But anyhow, Garbage Pail Kids revisited. What can be said about you? Well, gets a good old-fashioned C, because it's a classic, man. They don't make them like that anymore. You couldn't find a movie around like this anymore if you tried, unless you found this movie itself, in which case you could. So, there you go. I don't know, makes sense? It absolutely does. You know what else makes sense? Giving us money. Give us money. Have a good one. You probably didn't. We'll catch you next time. Probably won't.